Welcome back to Cheltenham for day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival, and what a day we had yesterday. Have we got our breath back yet? Absolutely fantastic day's racing from start to finish. Thrilling finishes, Knife somehow getting up to win the opener, and just incredible performances right the way through the day. More great winners, more great stories. And what have we got today? Well, we've got the Cheltenham Gold Cup today, we've got the Triumph Hurdle, we've got the Marathon, that's the Paul Moores, and we've got the Albert Bartlett. And let's take a look at the current standings on the trainers' table with loads of different winners yesterday. John Morgan got 2 winners laid on, but Rogers Princess was beaten, so he's gone up to 6. Double for Paul Rhodes gives him 3. Thundersparks on 2, and Leon van Rensburg had another winner yesterday for 2. And a whole host there on 6. Sorry, on 1 winner. So anybody could still take the championship, and if we look at the locations as well, then we're now spread even further, as Scotland chipped in with a couple of winners yesterday as well, and England made a bit of a comeback with a treble on the day, but John Morgan kept the Welsh flag flying, and they're still in the lead, and Paul Rhodes got a double for Ireland as well, so anybody could still take the Cheltenham World Cup of training. Let's get straight on to today's action then, and Doug and me had a little look at the card, see if we can improve on how we've been doing so far, although we didn't do so bad yesterday with 3 winners for Doug and 5 for me. It starts off with a Kim Muir Challenge Handicap Cup Chase, which I'm pretty sure in real life is an amateur jockey's race. Well, it certainly used to be.
Yep.
Oh, you like look
it's a very open affair.
Yeah, seasoned handicappers these, aren't they?
This is where you box a few up, look for a bit of, really. You ever used to read the handicap comic strip?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah. It was back in the Daily Mirror, I think, wasn't it?
Back in the day. It's an old one. There's always a classic thing there where Andy and Flo would go to the races, and Andy would back the red hot favourite, and Flo would just pick the horse that had the nice colours.
Yeah, that happens too.
And she would win.
That happens a lot in real life. I think
this is one of those races. And so I think this is a real put the form guard in the bottom of Gray's budgerigard.
Yeah, well, we'll have to, for the review shows, we'll have to find that. Seen the Carry On films they used to have in the 70s with Sid James and them, and we must have had them in Australia. There's one where Sid James is married to Hattie Jakes, and her budgie tips the horses that wins. He reads all the runners out, and when it starts singing, that's the one he bets on. So I wonder if Gray does that on a Saturday morning. He's got the racing post and he's reading out the runners and the budgies again.
Well, this is the race. So I reckon if you read them out, and I'll be the budgie, and I'll start whistling. All right.
Oh, okay. So Tragic Joe, Freeboat Frank, Mr. Rowdy, Bromyard, Wolftone, Odysseus. All right, there we go.
I can't whistle. I'm going to go Wolftone.
Yeah, Wolftone, if he gets round, looks pretty good, doesn't it? This is start a whole new thing, isn't it? The whistling tipster.
I should send you the files for Gray's budgies, because he sent me a file of them just whistling for about a minute and a half. I said you can just cut and paste a bit.
We'll have to, I think we'll probably have to agree with that. Wolftone, I think it looks the one. If it fell last time, didn't it? But if it doesn't fall, it should probably win. Freebo Frank looks interesting as well. Might chase it home.
The Freebo horses are good.
Yeah,
James Shea's got bloodlines there.
Yeah, a lot of them come from the back, don't they?
It's
if there's a stiff pace and it's going up that hill, it could pick it off. So if anything's going to beat Wolftone, it'd be Freebo Frank. But I think Wolftone's probably going to win.
No, fair call. Let's move on to race 22. It's a JCB Triumph Hurdle. It's a Grade 1 or Group 1, 2 mile, 1 furlong, and we're on to the heavy track again, and this looks like only one horse can win this one.
Yeah, I presume you're talking about Crazy Horse, because it won really well, didn't it, last week? It's going to light the ground as well, according to the trainer. So I think this is going to be another one where we're going to have to agree with each other, because I really can't see any of the other fancied ones being good enough. Paradis just doesn't look like it's all that much. interested in winning a lot of the time to me. Trashman is an interesting one though. It's interesting that Joshua Sutherland says he'll cope with the ground a lot better than he'll cope with Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse. Definitely.
So that'll be a good race though. It's always a good race, and if it's anything like the real Triumph Hurdle, because they're sort of 4-year-old hurdlers, they go off at a right old pace, and there's sometimes a bit of an upset because of the pace they go at, but Crazy Horse will live up to his name and just be crazy and win, I think.
Yep. We're both going for Crazy Horse.
Yep. It's boring, but I'm afraid it's probably what's going to happen. We'll both have to go for the same one. So the Vincent O'Brien County Hurdle is the next one.
Okay, another 2 mile 1 furlong, and
this is another wide open race, this one.
This is, because there's actually some horses here with form. Look, I'm going to go the top one, Laguna Verde, for Darren Thompson.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I would have gone for Dominion of Saints if it wasn't for the ground, because the ground doesn't look like it's going to suit that one a lot. Luby-Loo's interesting.
Well, isn't it?
Yeah. Luby-Loo's interesting, but I'm going to go, in this one, I'm going to go for Able Kate. I think Able Kate is better than it's shown us the last couple of times.
Yep.
And has probably got a bit of a chance. And Tony Crackers won't be too far away either. But,
well, I'm going to go Laguna Verde 1 and Capital Girl 2.
Right, good calls.
Yeah, it's got a bit of soft form. It's obviously hasn't finished far away, and Jim Murray's a good trainer.
Yeah, certainly is.
Yep, but I think Laguna Verde, as long as it can get through the ground, I think it'll win.
Yep, okay. I can understand your thinking.
All right, let's move on to race 24. It's the Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle, another Grade 1, 3 mile, and not a big field. So what do you like?
I think in this, I am going to have to be looking at. I don't know. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you don't know how good Waterworld is, because it's only been out a couple of times, and it can get a bit boring, keep tipping the same trainers all the time. But it's difficult to stop being drawn towards Waterworld. I think Waterworld will probably win, with Sandringham Scholar chasing it home for second.
I'm going to go with Carly Village for Leon Van Rensburg. I think this will be the race that gets up.
This will probably be the one race that he wins, because it's the one time I haven't tipped him.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's that one then. That's another small field for that, isn't it? I thought we'd have more in that. One or two.
Especially 3 mile affair. It's not like it's real long, but fair enough.
So the big one next then, the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and well, I'll let you go first on this one, really, because it's totally blown me, this, because all the horses I thought were in with a chance are not running.
Okay, I almost started my head a mix in this, and so I'm thinking it'll perform real bad or get a real low weight with National. I thought, no, I'll go try and chase a win. Let's have a look here. So it's a chase.
It's the chase. This is
set weights. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the big jump race of the year. This is the championship race for the whole season, the Gold Cup. I know we have lots of races that are called Gold Cups, but this is the Gold Cup. This is the race I've been banging on about all season. So it's quite disappointing that a few of the ones that I thought were in with a chance of winning are not running. Really.
I'm going to give. Let's go 1, 2, 3 here. I'm going to go. I've lost Onzi Best Stemming number 1.
Right.
Mirage number 2 for Kevin Menahan, and No Prize Today, Manny McLean for third.
This one, we've been looking at horses like Bazaglio and Miss Beat all season, haven't we? And where are they? They're not in it. I really wanted my Princess Laura to run in this as well, but I think it's the ground that's done for that one. So, in a sense, that's got to be a tip for Bramwell Rose, because that's the one that he's put in instead.
But sure.
It's, for me, this isn't gonna be the best 3 mile chaser of the season. Isn't going to be the winner of this race, which is disappointing, because you want the best horses in the race. Puff Bite has to be interesting because it's Thunderspark. If it was anybody else, you wouldn't think it got a chance, because it's only run once and it hasn't won. Graham Clutterbuck must think Aqua Blue's good. He's been sort of talking about it running in this race all season, but it's never done anything that makes me think it's got a chance of winning. Festival Stanley's already had his day in the sun winning the King George, and has been firmly put in his place the last twice, falling and finishing nowhere. So this is all really set up for an outsider, I suppose. For me, Mirage looks interesting. Phoebo Photo would have been interesting, but the ground has put me right off that. And Belcourt Charm looks interesting. So I'm going to go, as boring as it sounds, I'm going to go for Bramwell Rose because I think he must think it's got a chance if he's put it in instead of My Princess Laura. So that's got to be a tip in itself. And I'm going to go for Mirage to come second and Belcourt Charm to come third.
No worries, that sounds good. Yep. One of us will get the winner.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be good if you could win it. One win of the season would be the Gold Cup, but you didn't put yours in, did you, in the end?
No, I like my horses I picked out. I think Leon Van Rensburg could put two together here.
Yeah.
On deep stemming.
It's quite surprising as well, looking at some of the horses that are in now. I mean, Paul Rhodes turning on the style is what he's put in there, and that doesn't look like it's a Gold Cup winner. I can't believe he hasn't got anything better than that to go in the Gold Cup. Why he hasn't run Basaglio, I don't know, because Basaglio, all right, it runs pretty badly sometimes, but when it runs well, it runs well. If Basaglio was in that field, I'd be tipping it. So.
Yep.
I don't know what
I'm surprised too. I've gone Basaglio too. Let's move on to race 26. We've got the Martin Pipe Handicap Hurdle. It's a 2 mile 4 furlongs. So we've got the handicap. So what do you like in this one, Martin?
I think I like Tobago. Tobago looks good. Won well last time out, and that'll be with a chance. Again, you got to feel sorry for some of these trainers. Like James Shea's Dream Solution, that would have been in with a chance, but it's not going to go in the ground at all. Tobago will, so I'm going to go Tobago.
Yep. Definitely not going for my horse. Once again, if that runs a placing, it'll be just drugs. What a way to go out. Let's have a look. I'm going to go Joshua Sutherland's horse, Kiss My Tail.
Yeah. I suppose we ought to find out why it's called that one of these weeks as well, because we've got some good names. We did all that Soylent and Green business this week, didn't we? So Kiss My Tail's a bit of a whatever, but I'm going to stick with Tobago winning, and I'm going to go Riverboat Girl to chase it in second, and then I shall go for what everybody says when they see me to come third, which is Kevin Minahan's horse.
And I'll just add in. I'm going to go with Marty Cairns' horse, the second. And I'll put in Tobago as well.
Okay. So race 27 is probably the last one, is it? The Grand Annual Handicap Chase, 2 miler. This will be lickety split, fast old race, this one. And anything jumping out at you immediately? Bus of Vales in there. That's really. Got to be in with a chance. Likes a soft going. You think it's got any chance?
My horse. You've been snorting cocaine, mate.
It's only 40. It's only £42 off the top weight. It's only got to find £42. That's all.
I'll be very surprised if that gets up. Real surprised. I'm going to go with John Morgan's horse here. Certainly Strong. Definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for.
Yeah. This could be an interesting race. There's a few interesting ones in there. I like to look at Harry Alter. I think that's got a chance, and Flowhole ran really well first time out, and that's only a young horse. It's only a 4-year-old, so I don't know if he brings that one back next season. But Unknown Quality was good last week as well. There's a difficult one to call between them, but I think the one that will probably beat them all is Annie Power. Annie Power's going to win that for me, so I'm going to go Annie Power, Unknown Quantity, and Harry Alter, but Flowhole with a possibility of causing an upset.
Yeah, and I'll go Barrage and Natyam for second. I'll leave it. I'll just go with the 2 for this one.
Yeah, that's always in the top 3.
Actually, I'll throw in Sirius Jules' horse for third, Unknown Quality.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, we have got another one. We've got the next one.
Paul Moore's Grade 1. That's £500,000 or $1 million race in Australian dollars.
Yeah, 4.5 miles as well. So there's be some Gold Cup, or not Gold Cup, Grand National horses in this old, I think.
Yep. And what do you like here?
I'll tell you what I like the most. The fact that there's only about 14 runners, because 25 of them go for 4.5 miles. It wears me out. So this will be. Well, I've got to stick with what I said earlier, haven't I? Really, and you can't bet against unbeaten horses until they lose.
Yep.
I'll be concerned about the going, because it looks like it wants good going, and this is heavy. But looking down the rest of them, the only really ones in there that look like they got any sort of chance that like soft going are Librano and Mysticism. So Lebrano could be an outsider, but I'm going to go with Present Happy because it's unbeaten, and Cappuccino should chase it home really, and then you've got to be thinking Lebrano for third because it'll lock the ground.
Yeah, I think Present Abbey will be hard to beat. Cappuccino probably will line up in the Grand National. I'm going to go Cappuccino on this from Present Abbey. And is there anything with odds for third? Let's go Central, David Robinson. Let's go for some real odds.
Right, where's that? Right down the bottom. Them two U's would put me off, but you never know.
Yeah, I know.
got to be in with a chance. And another one worth mentioning in that race is Cane Bambo, because that's always around when it gets round. It does all right. So should be a good race anyway. That one in the Grand National tips, and that's it. That's the Cheltenham Festival sorted out. Just trying to pour yourself a quick drink, and let's get on with another really exciting day's racing. There we go.